You wanna go on a trail? Okay, there we go. So this is Leo's enrichment toy bin, and then he helps with cleanup because he's a very helpful boy. This is why it takes us 20 minutes to get out the door. So this guy's a little Santa. Okay, okay. I still have my sunglasses on. Oh, that's funny. Let me put these away. Okay, I'm situated now, but welcome to today's vlog. This vlog is actually a very special vlog. A couple years ago, I actually had this vlog in my Vlogmas schedule, but unfortunately, Spartacus passed before I was able to do it. I was supposed to actually film it the day that he passed, which definitely made me so sad that I hadn't filmed it earlier in the Vlogmas season. But today, we're gonna do it with Leo. We're gonna be doing a day in Leo's life, and it's kind of perfect because today is Sunday, and today is the day that I usually spend the most time with him, unless I randomly have plans, but for the most part, I like to spend Sundays at home, which means lots of quality time with Leo. So we had a later start to the morning because I got distracted last night with my diamond art, if you guys missed the last vlog. But on days where we are spending the day together, especially on Sundays, I just take him for a quick potty in the morning just to relieve himself, because more than likely within just like 2 to 3 hours, we're gonna either go to the park or on Sundays we do a trail. So that was just a little quick outing. And then right now I'm making his breakfast. I'm just waiting for his food to reconstitute, and then I'm gonna add all the toppings to it. But yeah, like I said, this is something that I had wanted to do. It was an idea that came about when we found out that Spart had cancer. I wanted to document what his day was typically like. And while I unfortunately didn't get to do it with him, I remembered it this year and I was like, I definitely want to do it with Leo. So for those of you who love seeing Leo and Leo content and everything, I hope you guys will enjoy this vlog because it's just going to be a ton of Leo. While I make his food in the mornings, Leo loves to lay out here and just like hang out outside as soon as he comes back in from going potty, because he knows the difference of the mornings where he gets like a full walk or just a potty walk. He'll run straight back here and ring these bells to ask me to open the door, and then he just hangs out while his breakfast is getting made. So his food has reconstituted and cooled a little bit because I heat the water up in the kettle. It's nice for them to have a warm meal, and then also it reconstitutes the food better in my opinion, but that means I do have to usually wait for it to cool. For his toppings this morning, in the mornings he's typically been doing pieces of these lamb lungs. I like to give him something crunchy in his food because he loves crunch. Yesterday we tried out these whole herrings. I did a couple of these in his breakfast and he really liked these. But for this morning, I'm gonna actually give him one of these trachea bites. Let's do like a medium sized one. Oh, that one's huge. So that's what they look like. Just gonna pop that right on top. And then these break apart so easily, so I'm hoping I can get one out clean. But this one is like, oh perfect, a little candy cane, banana. I think it's banana and strawberry in that one. And then this one is just carrots. Leo actually really loves carrots, so I got him that. I definitely need to make some more. And to be clear, I don't grind those up myself. That's actually baby food that I buy and then I freeze into these molds. Since the turkey is so big, I'm just gonna leave it like this. His dinners are always way more elaborate. The toppings that I use for his breakfast are really just more for fun. So I try not to do too much in this because he is gonna get a lot with dinner. So pop it in here. Leo. Hey. You know where you go. Down. He has to wait there for a second. Yes! Release. Good boy, good boy. Straight for the trachea. Knew it. Unrelated to Leo's day, I just really want to try this. For anyone who watched the last vlog, you might be interested in a review. But we're going to try out the Califia Farms Sugar Cookie Creamer this morning. I think I'm going to do it hot. I'm feeling like that's probably the way to go with this. Just made my latte. I did it the way that I regularly do with the Vanilla Natural Bliss Creamer, frothed with whatever flavor creamer I'm using. In this case, it's the sugar cookie one, and then there's milk in here, and then my 3 espresso shots. So it smells so good. It definitely smells like a sugar cookie. Cheers. That's really good. It's definitely lighter than the cookie butter one. On that one, the flavor is definitely deeper, but this one is still really, really good. You can definitely taste the sugar cookie, and I would say that this one, even though the flavor is lighter, it's a sweeter flavor, if that makes any sense. So like the cookie butter, it's not as sweet, but it's a deeper flavor versus this one is lighter and sweeter, but definitely delicious. And I definitely would recommend it in the hot coffee. It's like a drinking version of an espresso sugar cookie. Spent the rest of the morning and part of early afternoon editing yesterday's vlog. Had my helper hanging out behind me, but it's time to stretch our legs, and also I need to stand because I've been like hunched over. Do you want to go on a hike? Do you want to go on a trail? Okay, there we go. Got him leashed up. Come here. Let me show them. You sit. Can you get a paw? Good boy. Okay. They can't really see, but I just wanted to tell you guys about his harness really quick, just in case anyone is looking for like a little gift for your dog or a gift for someone's dog and you're like willing to splurge a little bit. This is the Sleepy Hod Click It Sport Harness. The reason why I got it is because it's designed to be a safer harness for the car. The Sleepy Pod Click It harnesses are the only ones I've seen that are actually truly crash tested. Like if you guys know those like seatbelt crash tests that they do with dummies, where they'll like slam a car into like a wall or something and it tests like if the seatbelt actually holds. They actually have videos of them doing it with a little dog dummy with that harness, and the Sleepy Pod harnesses do pass those tests. And I believe that they're one of the only ones, if not the only car harness that is actually crash tested. So in my opinion, it's absolutely worth the splurge. I believe he's had this for 2 years? Less than 2 years. Actually, I'm like, wait, this is gonna be his second gotcha day coming up in February. So yeah, we've had it like over a year. It's very, very good quality. It hasn't even like frayed anywhere or anything, and he's like an active dog. He pulls on it and stuff, and it's just super crazy good quality. It's just like one of the best quality harnesses I've ever come across. He loves it. He's super comfortable. He can actually even lay down in the car with it. Okay, there he goes. Getting water before we leave. Fair enough. So yeah, it's worth absolutely every penny. And then as far as like my walking belt goes, I just pieced together a bunch of stuff from different things. Like this actually came from a running leash. I didn't like the running leash. It's a bungee leash. I don't like those because he is a puller. Those will encourage them to pull, but I did like the belt. So I have that, and then I got a heavier duty carabiner for it. This little pouch is from Amazon. This is where I keep his poop bags and stuff. And then sometimes when I remember to, like right now, I'll put treats in here. Hi, bud. You sit? Yes, good boy. So yeah, that's where I carry his treats. Because it's magnetic, it's easy to get in and out. And then I also do have a hand sanitizer in here, just in case I accidentally touch his poop or something when I'm picking it up. And then on this one, this is just like a little tactical pouch. And I'll put my cell phone in here. There's room for it. I also have headphones in case I want to listen to music when I walk him. I go through phases where sometimes I want to, sometimes I don't. Right now, I'm in a no music kind of phase. And then I have two safety things in here. This one is a lipstick stun gun, and it has a really, really bright flashlight. So I love to bring this one at night for A, safety, and then B, for a light if it's like really dark or if his light up color runs out of juice, because you cannot see him in the dark. I need to have some light on him. And then this is, you guys might have seen this before, this is the birdie personal alarm. This sometimes falls out, but this I actually clip in here. So if for any reason I like lost my stun gun, I at least have my birdie in here, and I can at least have an alarm. Yeah, just carry a couple of safety things for when I walk him at night, just cause, especially since it gets darker earlier now. And then I have his leash, and this one is a reflective leash. As much light as possible on him, because like I said, he is like almost impossible to see in the dark. Grabbing my sunglasses, my keys, and then we're off. And then the harness also comes with this S-clip that kind of like stops the seatbelt, but you just thread it through. Oh gosh, I'm trying to do this with the camera in one hand. And then, sorry, I need both hands, but you just clip it in and he is nice and secure. So the S-clip just makes sure that there's gonna be enough slack on the seatbelt that he can move around and stuff, and it's not gonna like be yanking him back. And bonus with him having the harness on and being secure back there. By the way, sorry, I forgot the camera and I'm not going back for it, so I'm on my phone. But the bonus is he can hang his head out the window and there are zero worries that he's gonna jump out, because that seatbelt is secure. I mean, it's a seatbelt. It's like literally designed to make sure that even in the event of a crash, it doesn't open up or anything like that. So with the harness, it's super, super secure. Just got back from our walk and came home to a few packages. I believe most of this is for Leo, so I was like, let's go ahead and unbox them. This first one's not for Leo, but extra box of lights for Friday when we go get the tree. And I torture Michelle by having us wrap every single branch in lights. Hopefully she'll still be willing to help me out with things after we do that. But in this box, kind of for Leo and kind of for me, technically for Leo, we got the spot cleaning solution so that I can clean up the rug. And then this is for me for later on in the month. For my birthday, doing something super fun. Not on my actual birthday, although I am doing something super, super fun on my actual birthday. But as part of my birthday, a couple days later, doing something fun. I'm going to wear my red Adidas for that. But my red Adidas don't really have like very good support. They're pretty flat and I'm going to be walking all day. So I got these insoles to put in. These look cute. Yeah, I'll need to cut these down, but it feels really comfortable, so those will definitely be great. I think this is like actually Lego stuff. Yes. Okay. We got a refill on his duck necks. This is what I put in his dinner. This is green lipped muscle powder. I usually get the one from Wolf Snacks, but honestly theirs is really expensive. It's like $35 and this was only $17. I mean, I'm happy to get the blood dust from them, but once I realized that I could get it for basically half the price elsewhere, I was like, as much as I love to support creator brands, this is just a lot more wallet friendly. It helps to support your pet's joints. You can also use this with cats, which is especially very, very important for Leo because he is missing an arm. So it's important to make sure that I'm keeping his joint health for the rest of his limbs nice and healthy. But anyways, I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna put this away. This is just a backup. He still has like a decent amount left. And then we'll put together some enrichment toys for him. With Leo being just such a high energy dog, for those of you who are curious and weren't around in the beginning when we got his wisdom panel done, everyone thought that he was German Shepherd and Doberman. He has no Doberman in him, which I know a lot of people think he is because of his coloring, and don't get it twisted when I say this. I love Leo with my whole heart. He is perfect the way he is. I was a little bit sad that there was no Doberman because Dobermans are my dream breed to own. But his coloring comes from the Australian Kelpie in him. So he is a German Shepherd, Australian Kelpie, and Australian cattle dog mix. The Kelpie and cattle dog are about equal in him. He's just got a little bit more Kelpie. And it's very, very interesting because we found his siblings on Wisdom. And while his coloring and features look exactly like a Kelpie, he just looks like a larger Kelpie. His sister looks like a larger Australian cattle dog. It was just so interesting the way the genes pulled with them. But anyways, he's very, very high energy. If you guys don't know anything about those breeds, those are all working breeds. So Leo is a super mix of working breeds and he's like an Energizer bunny. I think the only reason that he even slows down at all is because he is missing a limb. That means he does work twice as hard as dogs with 4 limbs. So I think that that's the only thing that slows him down at least a little bit, which I feel like doesn't even like really slow him down because he's still incredibly high energy. I have no idea how he would have been with 4 healthy limbs. He probably never would go to sleep, honestly. But because of that, I like to make sure that I always have enrichment stuff prepped for him. He tends to get his biggest burst of energy after dinner. I don't know what it is. I call it his witching hour. So I always have some type of enrichment thing ready to go for him, whether it's a bully stick or you guys have seen him chase around 2 toys that he really loves because he is a herding breed. He loves to play with toys that he can chase around. So for him, he really loves his Puffle, and then also the one he really loves is the Snoop, and I put a little nook in it to make it harder. So I always have those on hand, but I also like to have some like frozen licking stuff on hand. Licky mats are great just to keep him occupied for a little bit, but they don't fully tire him out. So there's a couple of other enrichment toys that I like to use with him that are like essentially licky mats on steroids. So this is Leo's enrichment toy bin, and these are the enrichment toys that he seems to love the most besides bully sticks and the chasing toys. But as far as the licky ones go, these are the ones that he seems to enjoy the most and that last him the longest. This one is a yogi pot. You guys can see it's kind of deep, and then he has to like lick around the star, and then there's like textured sides in here. So you just like freeze some stuff in here. You're only supposed to fill it up like about halfway, I believe. Oh, this one needs to be cleaned out. I'm gonna run this through the washer, but this one is really great. He does go through this pretty fast. I would say 15 minutes. He's tired for a little bit afterwards. These ones I thought would take him longer than they do, but they still do take a decent amount of time. I would say these are like 15 to 20 minutes, and these are the freeze balls. Yeah, I think they're called freeze balls. They're from the brand Freezebound. You just fill them up with whatever you want and freeze them. I think I'm gonna do these for him because he just did his topples. These ones last him the longest. I say it takes like about 20 to 25 minutes for him to lick through these. I think it's because of like all the texture inside. Like I thought from the size of this one alone that this would take him the longest. Like you guys can see them next to each other. This is definitely bigger, but I think because there's no obstacles in here, he can get through it pretty fast versus this one. It's got these things that he needs to lick through, and then he also sometimes tries to lick through this. So these ones for sure take the longest. And then this one is his Pupsicle. I have like a little mold, and I can make my own like custom inserts. So that's what it looks like inside. You just like insert one of the frozen molds, or they also do sell a filler for this. And then your dog just has to lick through the hole for it. And this one takes him about 15-20 minutes. It actually takes him a good little while. And usually if I do like a medium to small bully stick and then give him this afterwards, he's knocked out. And then I've also got a couple of licky mats. This one I just keep for nostalgia, and I'll just give it to him once in a while, but I mean honestly it takes him like 5 minutes. The bowl takes him a little bit longer just because there tends to be more stuff in there. I used to do these a lot. This is from the brand King Chew. It's like a Kong dupe. The only thing is like they can never get like all the way down to the very bottom, so it's always filled with gunk, and honestly he loses interest in it because he can't get to everything. So I don't pull that one out as much, but he does also love this one, which needs to be rinsed out. But this is the UFO licky mat. It's essentially like a regular licky mat, but you can fill it up higher because it's like a bowl form. So this one will take him longer than a standard licky mat. I would say like 5 to 10 minutes. And this one, just like the Pupsicle, works best when I combine it with something else. So I might like let him chase around the Puffle or his Snoop for about 15-20 minutes, and then if that doesn't fully knock him out, I'll finish him off with this or his Pupsicle. But anyways, I think I'm gonna fill this up, and then like I said, I'm gonna fill these 2 up. I just did a batch of these, so we already have some, so he's good on this. So for filling on these, my favorite thing to use are these rustic stews from Open Farm. This one's open because like I said, I had already made some inserts for his Pupsicles, so we're just gonna use the rest of it, split it between these 2. Actually, I don't know if this is gonna be enough because these are so big. I'm gonna have to supplement them, but I'll figure that out. Just gonna start with these at the bottom. And then we are also going to do the UFO, but I'm going to do different stuff for that. It's technically not enough, but we're just going to do extra yogurt. And he and I share the yogurt, so I'm doing a fresh spoon so that I don't get any of this in it. Actually, first I'm going to put some yogurt in the UFO. Try not to let this touch since I have to like re-dip. I just don't want the yogurt to get like any meat in it. Now I can use the spoon to smooth everything. I have 3 eggs. Honestly, I just need to get through the eggs because they're gonna go bad soon. So we're gonna use it for this, and that's what I created the crater for. And then I give him the membrane. These are organic eggs, so it's safe to give him the membrane on these. I would give him the shells, but he's not a big fan of chicken eggshells. He does like quail eggshells, but not chicken for some reason. I don't know if it's that the chicken one is just too hard for him or what, but just peel off as much of the shell as I can do. Oh, I almost got that one out in one piece. Raw eggs with your dog, just make sure you clean up your space really well afterwards. Like, I'm gonna wipe all of this down. You don't want raw eggs to get everywhere and then you're touching it, then you're eating. You go to like eat dinner and then next thing you know you're sick. So be very thorough with the cleanup after you do this. Same thing if you're gonna give them raw meat. Sometimes I do give them raw meat. Oh, this is one thing I've always wanted to try. I think it's too late. I should have done it before I put the egg and stuff in. Like, I've always wanted to stick this like down inside and he'd have to like lick around the whole thing and dig to get it out. I think we can still try to do it. It's gonna break the yolk. Shoot. Oh my god, don't overflow. Please don't overflow. Perfect. And then covered it right back up. Wash my hands again, even though I'm not gonna eat anything. Anytime I'm dunking my hands on the raw egg or raw meat, I will literally wash immediately afterwards. Do the same thing over here. Perfect. So since those have the trachea in them, usually I'll do a duck foot or something, but since those two have the trachea in them already, I'm just gonna do these whole herrings. I'm just gonna do one. Okay. What? No, babe. He's crying because he knows exactly what I'm doing right now. Do you want one herring? Okay. Here you go. Then I'll do a duck leg in here. And then I usually like to add in a piece of fruit. And Leo actually really loves mango, so I'm gonna do a couple pieces of mango in each. On this one, I think I need to fill it up with bone broth. Okay, do you want mango too? Oh my goodness. Here. You're gonna spoil your dinner. That's a lie. Oh, I need to make bone broth. I just have this one from Wolf Snacks. It's a dried one. I'm just gonna add water and stir it. Just adding bone broth to this one because it's not fully covering all of it. So the bone broth will be like another thing that'll freeze in here that he needs to lick through. And then finishing off with this green lipped mussel powder. So these are gonna need to freeze overnight, so I won't give them to him tonight. They'll look like this, just frozen. These are done and ready to go in the freezer. I love you so much, but you have to move, see? That's what I was telling you to move. You can't have these, they need to freeze, bud. And 3. I can probably give him the UFO tonight. That one should be done by dinner. Between those and his bully sticks, his chasing toys, and the popsicles, he should be good for like a week and a half, actually. And then he helps with cleanup because he's a very helpful boy. It's a little bit later. Leo has just been chilling with me while I cleaned up around here. You guys can see the kitchen's looking so much better. I also cleaned up a little bit in the living room, and then I got back into my diamond art, which just got so addicting. Did it for a little bit longer than I meant to, but it is now time for Leo's nighttime walk. Okay, there he goes. Always grab the toy when he's excited. Buddy, you need your light up collar. Come here. Oh, good. What a good boy. And why? 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 Every time. Every time. That's so unnecessary. By the way, that light up collar, if you are looking for a stocking stuffer for your dog or your family member dog or your son's dog or whatever, that light up collar is such a good one because it gets so dark so early now. And even if like their dog is late, it's still nice to have a light up collar on them. But no, that's the opposite of what I needed. Good boy. Okay, that's not sitting. That has a bunch of different modes and it's super crazy for me. This is why it takes us 20 minutes to get out the door whenever he's going on a walk. I'm gonna do my Sherpa vest because I just have this sweatshirt on, so I want extra warmth. And also, it's got deep pockets so I can put my phone and whatever I need to in here. And then I have really been loving these shoes for walking him. My feet are still getting used to them because I have plantar fasciitis. Whenever I have new walking shoes, my feet always will cramp a little bit in the new shoes while it gets used to it, but besides that, for like the first couple times I wore them, they've been super comfortable. So definitely recommend these if you're looking for some walking slash running shoes. Though I haven't run in them yet, but they're very, very comfortable for walking, so I think that they'll be good for running, which is what they're designed for. Are you ready? Buddy. Thank you. I know. I'm just so excited. You just need to talk. Alright, you guys ready for this collar? There it is. It's so bright. I love to do the rainbow setting. Then I call him Rainbow Bright. Attach you so you can't go anywhere. We're good to go. working on Leo's dinner. I have his base food, the Honest Kitchen, and then the kibble. I did a little bit less kibble since he's probably gonna have some kibble in one of his enrichment stuff he's gonna do tonight. I'll fill either the Snoop or the Puffle tonight so that he can chase that around. And then I know that this is not seasonally relevant. I just ordered his Christmas/winter bowl. It'll be coming in probably later this week, so we still have this. I do rotate 3 different feeders for his dinners, and I like to rotate them. That way he kind of gets surprised at which one he's getting, and he has to figure out how to work each one. If you don't use a slow feeder for your dog, I definitely recommend it. You can get ones like this that are like flatter. If you have a dog that has like a flat nose, this might actually be a really fun one for them. This one's dirty, but this one's like his main. It has the raised sides, and then this one is ceramic, and then he has one more. It looks like a flower. But yeah, slow feeders are great, not just for like slowing them down to eat, which is actually not what I use them for him. He actually doesn't eat fast at all, which is great, but I use it for the mental enrichment just to get a little bit more work in for him. That way his dinner isn't just feeding him, it's also working his brain a little bit. So let's fill this guy up. I think the food has cooled enough, and then it'll cool even more on this mat. But I'm just gonna spread it around. I'm so excited for the winter one to come in. I got it in the holiday box from Wolf Snacks. It's a snowman, which I love because I feel like then that way it's not just Christmas, it's like winter, so I don't feel as weird using it even after the holidays. And then we can put the graveyard away until next fall. I'm hoping that they come out with a summer box this year with a summer slow feeder, because like his other main one, like I said, it's just like a flower, so that one works for spring but also year round. But I want like a summer specific one. And if you're wondering where he is, he has to stay on his placemat while I'm making his food. So he's over there right now. But I'm gonna go in with some omega oil. This has salmon and pollock fish oil, and it promotes skin, coat, and joint health. I love everything from Native Pet. They make such good products. But he gets 7 pumps. It's 1 pump per every 10 pounds, and he goes between 65 to 70, so I just give him 7. And then a duck neck, just gonna smash that down. 2 of his Cosequin joint supplements. And do 1 of these sweet potato treats. He really loves green beans, so I do green beans in almost every dinner. And then we got sardines, and I'm gonna pour the juice all over this, or the water I should say. And then 1 sardine. Put that over here. Then we got a little holiday touch in here. I froze some goat milk, so this guy's a little Santa. Put him over here, and then do a Christmas tree right over here. I'm gonna do a handful of blueberries. And then finally, I'm gonna go in with the green muscle powder, or green lipped muscle powder. I don't know why I said green muscle. And then this is a 2-hander to carry, so let me set you guys down over there. So you can see he's waiting very patiently for his food. All right, guys, watch him for me. Right there. Okay, leave it. Yes, release. Go get it. Leo just finished his dinner, and I'm just starting to cook mine. So since I need to keep him occupied while I cook, I'm gonna go ahead and give him the UFO mat that we prepared earlier. It's already here. Come on. Oh my gosh, look at this guy. Hold on. Place. Oh, you left a blueberry. Okay. Place. Good boy. Careful. Hey. Look. Leave it. Yes. Release. Go get it. Also, there is how it turned out, in case you guys were wondering. And then he has to lick through all of that. Just made my dinner. Some turkey dirty rice with roasted Brussels sprouts. And yes, I did mean to roast them that much. I like super, super extra roasted, extra crispy. The thing though is this guy who just finished his UFO is for sure gonna try to get into my food. So we're gonna put together his Snoop. So this is his Snoop. Again, if you're shopping for a dog for Christmas, this is a wonderful gift. I'm just gonna use his kibble. This is why I only gave him like half a portion of kibble for tonight. I knew he was gonna play with this. So I'm just gonna load the Snoop. If you guys hear the jumping, he's excited. He knows what's happening. This is like his favorite toy. And press that in. And then there's a hole on the bottom, so the kibble can come out of here or it can come out of here, and you can leave it at that. But if your dog is extra smart, they make these things called nooks that go right in here. It does eventually come out, but if you get it in there nice and secure, it'll last in there for a little while. And then Leo will be more than happy to demonstrate for you guys. Back. Hey, 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 relax. I know. There you go. Oh, okay. Oh, roll it right onto me. Okay. He will literally play with that thing for hours. Like, if I were to keep refilling it, he would not stop playing with it. Not under the table, dude. Every time. Figured out. Someone tuckered himself out. Basically, at this point of the night, he is pretty chill and just hangs out until it's time to go potty. So it's currently the end of the night and I'm taking him on his final potty. I always have the hardest time getting him to go on it. Leo, let's go potty. Let's go out. Come on. Look at him. Let's go potty. Come on. Oh my gosh. He just does not want to come. This coat is so extra for the, like, 2 minutes this is gonna take me, but I just don't want to feel cold at all. Oh, that's a good stretch. Good job. I do have to say, I miss when Spurt used to be able to just pee in the backyard on command. Leo has not learned that. I don't even know how I had taught Spart that, honestly. Just one day I would tell him to go pee and he would just do it. And again, no idea how I did that, so I can't even figure out how to teach this one too. So we got a leash up and go out. Turns out the jacket was so unnecessary because he literally peed like right outside the front door. Usually he like has me walk him all the way to the mailbox. So this was absolutely a waste. All right, well, Leo and I are gonna head to bed. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little day in Leo's life, and we are gonna head on up to the bed. Leo, upstairs. Upstairs. Good boy.